Today, it's the National Football League. It's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Cleveland Browns taking on the Green Bay Packers.
Now from the home of the Dog Pound, EA Sports welcomes you to Huntington Bank Field here in downtown Cleveland, Ohio.
Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They've been flawless all year long as they hit the home stretch at 13-0.
And now they just have to guard against complacency. You still got to go out and earn it every week.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, tight down. There you go. Begin.
Mustang 19.
They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Ohio State. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Here we go. Check. He's checking. Crash.
Ready, hit.
Right back to him on first down. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
This defense for the Packers, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball? Or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright?
Big Lion.
Second and 9 now. Flush to his right. Shedding through the defense. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Out of the gun now on third down. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And the Browns will jump on top of the game's first score here this afternoon.
Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential. And he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
Ready.
Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. A check on Jacobs from a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores, and you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. Romeo Doubs is intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Love. And that is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. And it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 36. Dances by him. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every one of them was what? Win the division.
Win the division.
Win the division. You know you're in the playoffs. It means something. It means a home game. It means a number of other things. But winning the division is paramount. You're right. They won't step off the gas here.
Check, Panther. Hey.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Burns. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Let's get off the field.
They'll run on first down. It's Burns. They juked him.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. A great play there. Standing along with a new NFL record 32nd touchdown.
And the Browns are off to a 13-0 first-quarter lead.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
And Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down.
Let's go. 45. White.
Turn. Watch 98. Watch 98. 98 to right.
Check, cut.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
If you look at this Browns defense,
It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking out the number 1 overall offense in the league.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Here we go.
3rd and 8.
Here we go. 52 Blue.
Go. Watch 98. Watch 98.
Go.
Love now. And he'll spot Higgins open left side.
So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away.
But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year. But you think this game, their toughest test yet?
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Buffalo 18. Ready, go. Ready, hut.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 86 yards rushing for him in this one, and he is drawing ever closer to a 2,000-yard season.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with second down and less than a yard.
Let's go. 70 Lions.
Check in. Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Burns. And he's going to have a Browns first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Forced out to that. He can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Quay Walker came through to make the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
3 down. Hey, number 28, Mike, he's coming.
They'll set up a throw. This will complete to Jerry Jeudy. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40. 23 yards the pickup there. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. It takes 2 to tango. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll set up to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
2nd and 10.
Check. 7's a Mike. Mike 7.
They're going to look to throw. Looking for Pryor long. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. A great effort there. Touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Browns have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. His great season throwing the ball continues. That last touchdown pass, number 40 for him on the year. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it to 26. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Ready?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit, and if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Let's go now. 33. Yellow.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it's second down.
Here we go. Yellow. 22. Ready.
Dobbs goes in motion. They'll fake the jet sweep there. Instead, hand to Jacobs up the middle.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Here we go. Set.
Now a 3rd and 6.
Now Love.
Completed out left to Dobbs.
And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. 9 yards that time.
But you can absolutely feel the thought process there. They just gave up the touchdown. So in the huddle, they're telling each other, you don't want to give it back now on a 3 and out. Nice job of making sure that they wouldn't, and they pick up the first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Ready.
Jet sweep his lead. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
Ready.
Here's 2nd and 10.
60 red.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth, and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere. But it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Browns set and ready to go on offense. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Now 2nd and 5.
18 Cardinals.
You're not ready. 6 guys.
Go, Reed. Go.
Looking to throw. Looking for Pryor long. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Browns. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Browns are able to add on to their first half lead. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Hopkins with the extra point, and it is 28-0. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Green Bay about set for another series. Here comes Romeo Doubs. You look at the numbers for him, and 1,000 yards obviously well within his sights, barring injury. He will get there. The question, will he get there in this game?
Well, he would love to. Duh, right? Of course he would. But, you know, watching him play this year, we often talk about defenses, you know, allocating extra resources to try and stop a guy of his ilk, right? But you know what else kicks in? His pride to say, okay, I don't care how many you throw in my direction, I'm still going to find a way to get open. I will use different moves. I will move against formation. I will come underneath routes and try and run through some people and kind of get natural picks in order to work his way open. He wants to get that 1,000, and he doesn't want any less passes to come to his direction.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
We got 4.
First down going to the air with Love. It's complete to the tight end, Tucker Kraft. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. That'll be caught right side by Reed. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
Here we go. Here
From
we
the
go.
44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
Cut.
Love looking to throw it. He'll get this underneath to Jacobs. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This will be from 56 yards out. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and they will remain well behind.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try and work from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll start this drive out on the ground. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early.
The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter.
And the half will begin with a touchback.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the money.
Jordan Love ready on first down here.
That's complete to Dobbs.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
Watch 98. Watch 98.
Here's Love. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Watch 98.
Ready.
Off the play fake, Love.
Quick throw there is incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Now they'll bring 4 receivers into the fold here. It's third and long.
Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now.
I think that we all figured when he called it that short of the marker, that the defense almost relaxed and said, we've got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter.
Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football, that could be the decisive blow in this game. I think that's how they're eyeing it. That's how they're approaching it.
From the 23, here's the 2nd and 9.
Check 26. Check 26.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Burns. And they this well upfield across the 45. 128 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
And having built that kind of a lead, they're able to do whatever they want right now. All momentum on their side, especially now running the football.
Yeah, you're talking about a defense being on their toes. They don't know what's going to hit them next at this point.
No, they went from toes to heels, and they're trying to figure out how to get back to the toes part.
70 Timberwolves.
Hey, let's get that ball. Hey, let's get that ball right here. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming.
On first down, Burns.
Boom!
Still fighting through tackles. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. Not only an explosive play, but an explosive run. I mean, broken tackles along the way to pick up that yardage.
The way things kept churning for him. Feet were moving. The legs were driving. Looks like someone who spent his off-season working on hill work, running through sand, all the things that you want to build up those leg muscles.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in their second half blowout material.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And that's going to be caught from Browns. Touchdown.
Jerry Jeudy with career touchdown number 60. And the Browns have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes this 35-0 now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. the Packers ready to take over offensively.
Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook. The bottom line is don't quit competing.
And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Had no command that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Well, he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. This defense just continues to bottle up that ground game. And look, I mean, the deficit right now for this offense is so big that it might not matter. But still in the third quarter, they're probably going to have to try things through the air, Charles.
I agree with you totally. That's what they'll have to do. They do need to run it occasionally to take a few hits off the quarterback, because right now, you just know those pass rushers are fired up to get after it.
14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the third quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 3.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. Hey. Hey, we got
To throw now. Here's Love.
Got Dobbs over the middle.
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
Down. Yellow. 43.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Going back to Love. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Now a second down throw for Love here.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun.
Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they got this game well in hand.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Ball at the 33, 2nd and 9.
Need some therapy after this. 198.
Love.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on 3rd down. Working out of the gun. Love. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
198. Watch 98. 98.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the Packers unable to pick up the first. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing.
Now that's just simply good coaching and excellent technique on that play. You know why? Because everyone wants to rush the passer when they want to throw the football, but you're not always going to get there. So what are you taught to do? When the ball's finally thrown, get your hands up in the passing lanes, and they batted that one away.
No, 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 no.
Got it. Ready?
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
I got you.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Ready, go.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Shifts by him. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 177 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Ready?
7. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Wall, wall.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Pryor has it complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1 yard line. It's a gain of a yard and it'll set up second and goal.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll try again. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
It's over, it's over. Let's dominate.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it can count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23.
Watch 98. Watch 98.
Ready, go.
They will run the draw with Jacobs. And space opens a bit as he gets it across the 15 to the 17-yard line. They don't get it all back there, but they do get 8. And it sets up a 3rd and 15.
Well, Parker, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Check back. Watch 98. Watch 98. 98's the mic.
On 1st and 10, Love. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and they picked up the completion.
The throw over the middle, taken in. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a 1st down.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
4 down.
To the air again, Love. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. From the 23, this is 2nd and 3.
Let's get it.
Throwing, Love. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back.
Here we go.
They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
Hey, 4 down.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak.
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The coverage good, the pressure good, leads to the sack, and it's 3rd and goal now.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while, but when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. And the Browns getting set to go. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
Let's go. 70 Lions.
Not today. Mike 7.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Second down and 6 now from the 26.
Watch time. Tight end right.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
Three down.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. Oh, a contested ball here, and it's going to be caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
On is Hopkins now for the extra point. No good. Just his second miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try to hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Myles Garrett getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach has plenty to say about this game.
Ready up.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Our time. It's our time.
Back to throw. Love throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like in the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Love. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
The quarterback got away with one there. Looked like he was in line for a pick, but instead it's knocked harmlessly to the turf.
On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. Found good room to run there. Returns at 14 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros.
Here we go. Cowboy 80.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Set the tone.
They'll run on first down. It's Burns. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for Cleveland, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Browns, and they're happy in the dog pound as we say so long from Cleveland.